All right, so we're gonna go with build day number 3. So if you haven't checked out any of the other videos, make sure to click back. So this is a 2024 CRF110. Got about 10 minutes on it and completely have just been ripping it apart. Sent the computer out to CJR Racing. They tuned it, put a 24 millimeter throttle body, ported intake, Deca intake hose, pulled the air screen out, full BBR D3 exhaust. So that was build day 1. Then we went ahead and put the 1 3/4 extended front forks on with the heavy duty springs, damping rods. Put the billet triple clamp on, which raises the bar position and raises the front end about another inch. So got almost 3 inches taller in the front. Tall BBR bars, grips, extended cables. So yeah, so I'm about to rip the rear end apart now. We're gonna put a swing arm on it and an adjustable shock. So everything went great except for 2 things. One, I see other people have issues with this, but this is a BBR full-size throttle grip, and see that? It sticks. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I might put some graphite powder in there, just order a different tube. It was just a cheap plastic tube. So other than that, this is tight and still moves, so I'm gonna have to put the old electrical tape trick underneath it so it tightens down. But other than that, oh, and since the first video, I pulled the spark arrestor out too, so it sounds even a little bit louder. I did call the tuner. They said that they tuned them for the spark arrestor to be out, so we did. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna pull that swing arm off. So that's the stock swing arm. And the stock shock shouldn't really be that bad. So then I'll walk over here and show you what the swing arm looks like. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into it. Okay, got the rear wheel pulled off. We're gonna go ahead and continue pulling the swing arm off. Looks pretty easy. These things are super easy to work on, so no issue there. So a couple things that I will say about having a TTR, and we had a KLX, and now we have a CRF. There's noticeable build quality differences from the KLX to these 2 bikes. So I would say the Yamaha and the Honda are a lot similar in build quality. The Yamaha is carbureted, but just every little thing about this is just significantly nicer than the KLX. I mean, even down to like billet wheel spacers, you know, just way nicer. Everything else on the KLX was cast and kind of a piece of shit. So just saying, quite a bit nicer. So go ahead and get this swing arm pulled off, the rear shock, and shouldn't be long. Okay, so that wasn't bad at all. 14 millimeter head and what was it, 17 millimeter nut. Was able to take all that off pretty easily. So got a little comparison here. So that's a BBR stock comp swing arm and factory. So as you can see, you know, it's almost 2 inches longer. So pretty much a +2, you know, if you run the adjustment all the way out. So significantly different everything. So it does say that it increases an inch of travel, and there's a block that I'm going to put in there to increase the rear ride height, just because, you know, we got almost 2.5 inches more on the front end. So also going to put this DNM rear shock on. As you can see, the rebound's adjustable and the preload's adjustable too. So not really a difference in eyelet to eyelet that I can see. Yeah. Okay, it is starting to come together. Got the DNM shock on, the +1 block, the whole BBR swing arm. Got a new DID O-ring chain, all cut to size. So starting to look pretty sweet, man. I wanted one of these for my KLX, but I never bought it. All right, I'll show it here in the end. Okay, we got a final product here with the swing arm, chain all adjusted. I did have the first tip over because it was so tall. I had it propped up on a piece of electrical tape, so I had to put this kickstand on, but you can see the difference. You know, billet kickstand extended. Sits pretty nice. Might take that block, that extension block out. We'll see. I gotta see what it looks like with the seat on. There's quite a bit of adjustment here. I might back off the preload. But yeah, turns out pretty good, man. BBR stuff, super nice. All right, final product for build day 3. Got the D&M rear shock, BBR swing arm, DID O-ring chain. I think that's all we did in this video. But yeah, I had to cut the factory brake rod, put the extension on, adjust all that, put all the plastics back on, and man, this thing turned out awesome. So stay tuned. I am going to be doing a cradle, skid plate, pegs, some other things here for probably the final build, day 4. And then after that, we're going to do some ripping, show all this stuff off.